You're listening to The Ranch Sit-Down with your host, Shayne Hollinger.
Well, we were joined today by the great Nick Brumley. How are you, buddy?
Great. I'm good. I've never been called the Great.
The Great?
before.
Well, I figured we'd try it, see how it feels. I mean, I'm still working with it.
Okay. It's a start.
It is.
It's a
We've been
start.
playing your new song, Me and the Devil.
Yeah.
That is, an age-old tale. You and the devil and, some kind of a battle.
Mhm.
You did a little twist, and I love the line, we're on an eye-to-eye level.
Yeah.
Like, that's a completely different way of looking at that story.
Yeah. It was, it's more of having a battle within yourself.
Mhm.
Because everyone has a devil within them.
Mm-hmm.
So necessarily it's not really the literal devil. It's really just, your negative alter ego.
Okay.
Whatever you're battling with,
Whatever your devil is.
whatever your devil is
Yeah.
that you're dealing with, and that was the idea of the song, which I tried to capture, and it's cool that you pointed that out.
It really was. It was a neat way of going about, like you're saying, fighting those internal demons for yourself. Because a lot of people I've got to just overcome it. Now,
Yeah.
sometimes you got to lock it square in the eye to fix
Absolutely.
whatever it is that's your demon.
Even though it's hard to look in the mirror sometimes.
Especially for a guy like me. Like, I've seen me. It's rough.
Oh man, I try not to look at myself in the mirror when I get in the shower. It's like, thank goodness it's fogged when I
Right. So, what, Nick, got you interested in music? Was it like just this big aha moment?
Well, I was always into it like younger, but
Mhm.
never really. I played trumpet in high school and stuff, but it was
Okay.
never something
like,
I really.
high school band?
Mhm.
Okay.
It was never something I was really gonna get. I thought I would learn how to play guitar, treat it as a profession. Remember the first vinyl records I heard were Neil Young's Harvest,
Mm-hmm.
followed by Michael Jackson's Thriller.
Oh, man, I loved that Thriller
and
album.
thought like they were both totally different but great.
Yeah.
So I knew then the difference between good music and or I guess your preferred preference, which I guess I
Right.
really didn't have one because I listened to R&B and all kinds of stuff. But then when I graduated high school, a buddy of mine had played guitar, played in churches, one of those church stories. You start
Mhm.
playing in a worship band, pretty much. And,
Mhm.
he taught me a few chords, and then I met a guy, another friend in college, where we would just talk about music. John Mayer was the topic of main topic back then.
Okay.
Because this was like 04.
Okay. Yeah.
05.
Yeah.
And then I met a guy. I started cutting grass to make some money, and he's like, "You got to hear this Townes Van Zandt and these
Mhm.
Guy Clarks, or listen to these old Hank Williams records."
Yeah.
And like it just totally just flipped me, and I really dove into songwriting then. And you go down the rabbit hole, I learned about Guy through obsessing over Townes.
Right.
Learned about John Prine the same ways. That was one of the coolest things, being in the songwriting contest. Larry Joe,
Mm-hmm.
getting to talk to him. Like when I first walked into T-Birds, and all those pictures are there on the wall. And
Yeah.
there's one of him and Guy Clark singing together, and I was like, you know Guy, He's like, yeah, let me tell you some stories, and then you're just like, I'm all ears.
Oh, his stories are great about Guy.
They're so good.
And it's usually about Guy not being impressed with Larry Joe Taylor. That's my favorite stuff. Yeah, that's okay.
Oh,
What else you
man.
got?
That's everybody. Like I have someone like that in my life
Mhm.
that I look up to as a songwriter, and I'll show him my songs, and he's like, "Better luck next time, bud."
But sometimes you got to have that brutal honesty in your life.
Oh yeah, I mean you're not able to grow as an artist or a
Mhm.
writer if you don't have that person that's kind of little. You might think it's a little too hard on you, but it's because we're chipping away.
Right. And they see more in you is usually what that is.
Yeah.
They're not being mean, they're being constructive, but a lot of people can't handle that. They just want it all to be happy puppy dogs and rainbows.
Participation trophy. kind of
Yeah,
thing.
exactly.
Yeah.
Which Larry Joe has almost considered sometimes at that songwriter contest. You were there for the last one. We were backstage. It's like almost everybody should win this.
Yeah, I mean, but like I don't envy him for being in that position because
Oh God.
I mean his name's on it and he's really wanting to help everybody, but
Right.
you know he can only give it to one person, and we're all back there going like, oh,
Every one of us has a different opinion.
yes. And then whenever we walk out of there, we're like, I don't feel too good.
I know.
Like
I feel sick to my stomach every single year we do that.
But you know, I think it's a great thing. I mean, it's changed my career, my life. Like Larry Joe has changed my life.
He's done that for a lot of artists. He
Yeah.
really has.
And
he
doesn't
doesn't
have
have
to.
to.
Yeah.
He does not have to. He's got a very successful music festival that's all he could do if he wanted to.
Yeah, that's it.
But he loves this scene and wants to see it grow and continue. That he does that for artists like you.
Oh yeah, and I'm very appreciative. I actually wished him a happy Father's Day.
Did you really?
Yeah. And he came back with "Thanks, my son."
Oh God, sounds
But
like it.
I got a present for him, which I told Presley what I was going to give him. And she was like, "Really, that one?" Because I got a pretty nice vinyl collection.
Right.
And Larry said he doesn't have a record player, but I was like, well, I think I got one that you'll want. Whether you want to hang it up in the house, you know, you could keep it in glass and break it open on in a case of emergencies.
Special
you know,
day,
you need to listen to it, kind of thing. So I won't. I'll tell you off the mic what it is.
Okay. So I need to get Larry Joe a record player for his birthday. Is what it sounds like.
Yeah, maybe we can all, you know.
We're gonna start a GoFundMe to get Larry Joe Taylor. Guy's struggling. He's having a hard time.
I know, right?
So you grew up in Marshall, Texas.
I claim Marshall.
Okay.
You know, it's a lot easier for me to say Marshall because, you know, Marshall in that Shreveport, East Texas, West Louisiana area was really the area that gave me the musical shot.
Yeah.
Really loved what I was doing, and I've lived there the longest, so I've been there for about 17 years. But I was born in Midland.
Oh, that's a drastic change.
Yeah, I was born in Midland, and when I was about one, my dad passed when I was in my mom's belly.
Mm-hmm.
So when that happened, you know, they kept me there for about a year, and then we moved to, I think it was Louisville first, but we weren't in Louisville long, and then
Understandably.
Yeah. But then spent I graduated high school from Farmersville.
Oh, really?
Mm-hmm.
Man, you have moved around a lot.
So I've been
You're a musician?
from West Texas to all the way to East, and now we live in Central.
Right.
You know, we live in Hamilton now.
Yeah.
You know, I love it in Central Texas.
Hamilton's a great little town.
Man, it's so great, and it's got everything you need. The produce is not the best.
You got an Allsups. What else do you need, really? I mean,
Right.
come on.
Now, 4 of them.
Really?
Well, I guess Yes Way bought
Oh, yeah.
a bunch of stores down there, which Yes Way owns also.
Mm-hmm.
So it's just they're taking over.
You're never going to run out of fried burritos, buddy.
Never. And very infected restrooms. I am a stickler. Ask Presley. When we're on the road,
Oh,
I'll hold it until there's a nice one.
you know the places that are nice.
Yeah. I mean, you could just see it, you know, and there's usually a lot of cars there because
Yeah,
they're thinking
they're
the
all
same
stopping.
thing. But, man, if we're going through some, you know, small podunk town and I know it's a bad bathroom, I'm like, I'll hold it.
Heck, I'm good. That's funny. So you've been working on some new music.
Mm-hmm.
You sent me some roughs.
Yeah.
This is going to be cool.
Thank you.
Like,
Thank you.
I'm very excited about this. And honestly, what you sent me, it's all over the map. Like you were saying, you know, you listen to so much different kinds of music, and you can hear that in the music that you come up with as well. How do you, even start?
Oh, man, you just... I go where it takes me. You know, I try not to keep it in one genre.
Right.
And,
Because you're not one genre.
well, I mean, I heard a Justin Townes Earl quote, and he probably heard it from his dad. But he said, I'm a singer-songwriter.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not limited to a genre. And that hit me pretty hard. I was like, I want to go in that mindset.
Right.
Is it the best marketing-wise? No, not at all. But, it's... For me as an artist, you know, I feel like I have a lot of room to breathe. A lot of stuff to experiment with.
Right.
Because in some of these styles that I try to write, like, sometimes I'll listen to it and be like, I don't know about that. But I'll still play it live, and someone will come up and be like, I think that's cool.
That's your
like,
their favorite song.
Yeah, and it's like, I had no idea, But, and the guys, like, it's the same guy that did the Me and the Devil recording.
Mm-hmm.
And that whole album, he's doing this one, too. He's out of Shreveport. So, and they're all, like, he's more of a 70s soul R&B guy.
Okay.
And then...
But you kind of hear that sound in Me and the Devil.
Yes.
It's got that, yeah.
A lot of that organ, that B3.
And I told you, like, I'll play it and people will ask, is that a new Charlie Crockett song?
Which
is really cool.
It's super cool.
Like,
but
it makes me mad.
I didn't, like... That... He would not even be in the top 30 people, I would think. Was what it sounded like.
Right.
But, that's another thing. Never underestimate your audience.
Mm-hmm.
You should
never know what's going to connect with them, like you said. And I think that the cool thing about this music scene is you don't have to pick one style of music. And we're all pretty accepting of it. There's a lot of really hardcore fans, myself included, that will listen to folk, will listen to country, will listen to rock. I mean, like anything, really. And just if it's good music.
Mm-hmm.
And that's the cool thing about it.
What was his name? Mojo Nixon.
Mm-hmm.
And I think he's the one who said there's only two types of music: good and bad.
Good and bad, yeah, yeah.
Which he probably got it from someone else.
He probably stole it.
He probably
that
did.
guy.
He's crazy. Oh man. But yeah, it's fun.
So where do you draw like your influences from, or is this real life? Do you write with other people and then an idea spurs from that?
I never really dove into co-writing till Presley and I
really
met. And it just happened. It was so effortless and easy. But the influence itself, like all true stories, very like I like to call myself a selfish writer because I'm only basically telling stories about things I've seen, or stuff I'm dealing with.
Well, and some people work best that way, and some people can only write fiction.
Like there's even like the handful of funny songs I have are based on like crazy nights that me and friends were.
I remember you did the one at LJT. It was the countdown kind of song.
So that's a buddy of mine's.
Okay.
So
I can't remember what that one was, and I was just like, this is too much. I can't keep up.
Oh yeah, the countdown. Well, that's like you're waiting until that point. You do the front, basically 3/4 of the song, and like the catch is the countdown.
Right.
That's what everybody laughs at.
Yeah, that's it.
And so when Brian, my buddy Brian Martin up in Arkansas, because he had wrote it and he had played it, and I started playing it, and he started joking around with me, going like, "You can have it. Like I'm sick of it. I don't want it."
Really?
And I was like, "Don't tempt me. Like I'll take it, man. I'll take it." And
I mean, you nail it. There's nothing wrong with it.
So, but yeah, and that's our fun joke with each other. He goes, "All right, I'll trade you a big boned butt ugly for a topwater frog," because I'm writing a song called Topwater Frog that he just loves for some reason. And he's like, "Man, it's gonna be a hit." He goes, "I'll trade you that one for Big Bone." And I'm like, "All right,
go for it."
Yeah, let's do it. Let's go ahead and trade.
It's a nice friend to be able to do that.
Mm-hmm.
You've been working on new music. How about something? You play us something here. Do you mind? Do you mind doing something new?
Not at all. Let's see.
Got Nick Brumley hanging out in studio with us.
Well, it hurts to see that the woman you love slap your words, then she turns and runs, 'cause the devil came up from below just to start a war. Then you left there picking up your words off the ground, 'cause you got destroyed by the selfish town. It's such a dang shame to see truth beaten by a lie. But I got my whiskey, it's more real to me than all them punks you've been watching on MTV. Well, the tires will roll and the streets will hold, but it feels like I'm getting too dang old to see love to be used to commit a crime. So sip your wine as we pass the time, thinking about all of the things you hide, as we all sit back and welcome on misery. And I got my whiskey and my crazy dreams, but I know they're more real than the words traveling these streets. Cross your T's and dot your I's, send your letter and run and hide, 'cause truth will infest your mind like an old disease. But it still hurts to see that the woman I love slap my words and she turns and runs, 'cause the devil came up from below just to start a war. I got my whiskey, it's been good to me. So I'll sit back and watch these waves as they hit the shore. Yes, I'll sit back and watch these waves as they hit the shore.
I'm still going to go with great. The great Nick Brumley hanging out in studio with us.
Thank you.
So tell me about this band, the Good Time Rounders.
Oh, wow.
How about that?
You went way back.
What am I doing?
Oh, man, research.
Traveling State Blues, man.
Okay, so, oh my gosh.
You're getting red, Nick. I don't know what's happening here.
So this was, I guess, second college band.
Mm-hmm.
The first band we had was called the Baker Street Irregulars off the Sherlock Holmes books.
Nice.
And the upright bass player, myself, because I played banjo then, and the guitar player, we started our own thing, and we went with the Good Time Rounders. It's a line from a Gillian Welch song.
Okay. Oh, yeah.
All you Good Time Rounders, listen to my sound. Let's drink around in Nashville before they tear it down. So we went with Good Time Rounders, and we kind of built. We added a lead player, Telecaster, and another guitar. We were kind of, because this is like 05, 06. Wagon Wheel was just big.
Oh my gosh!
And so we were just trying to be like an Old Crow cover band,
yeah,
you know,
yeah,
but more honky tonk because we had the telly in the band, but. And then I ended up getting a gig with this girl out of, she was from Shreveport, moved to New Orleans, named Maggie Kerner. And so I started playing guitar for her, so the band kind of split. But then we all got back together, but with more of a rock and roll sound, and called it the Mansion Family. But everyone,
oh gosh. That's
we,
close,
we
man.
had to tell people the I is very important.
Yeah, yeah.
So that wasn't the best marketing. We thought it was hilarious.
Or was it? Yeah.
We thought it was funny.
Right.
But people still go like, I sure missed that Manson family band of y'all. So I'm like, yeah, good thing they're not around anymore.
Yeah, boy. We were
Good Time Rounders.
Man, we were a killer band, that's for sure.
Yeah. Where'd you hear the Good Time? Did you just go back and
I do my research, man.
That's awesome. Thanks. I you know, hate to say it, kind of slipped my mind.
Right.
Traveling State Blues, man. Me and my buddy
a lot
John
of
Fox.
harmonica in that song. Yeah, it was a cool song.
Yeah, we wrote that on a street corner. That was fun. Wow, I'm gonna be thinking about this the whole way home.
Right, you're gonna go find that old stuff.
Well, I'm gonna go find it and then call Fox and be like, "Man, good to hear from you." I haven't talked to him in a while.
So, this new stuff, do you have a game plan on like when we're gonna be done? Hopefully.
I go in August 18th to finish it.
Oh, really? Okay.
So once we get all the tracks done, then I'm gonna hopefully send it to up to Muscle Shoals,
mm-hmm.
and they'll do the mastering
Mm-hmm.
up there. So yeah, it's exciting. The last one I put out we actually recorded it 5 years ago. I didn't put it out till like 2.5 years ago.
Right.
Just kind of set on it, and I'd put it out right before pandemic.
Oh.
So it's like,
Oh.
which I'm
Just the
a
best
lot.
timing of all
Yeah.
time for people, yeah.
But like, this might be a strange thing to mention or say, but like, if it wasn't for the pandemic, I wouldn't have met Presley, because that's how we met, and just that in itself just changed the course of my life in a very positive way.
It's weird how that pandemic changed a lot of people's lives in a positive way.
Oh yeah.
Like, I've become really good at home remodeling. Like, really. Like, I've got, as we speak, on my front porch, there are new kitchen cabinets being delivered.
Awesome.
Yeah, so I get to do that all week. But yeah, like we
That's
learn
awesome.
new skills,
Yeah.
and we learn to adapt.
I mean, that's part of survival. It's what we've
Mhm.
done for
Mm-hmm.
thousands of years.
It is. There'll be another one that comes, hopefully, after we're gone.
Yeah, yeah, no
I
joke.
don't know if I could do another stay-at-home
Yeah, that's
year.
That was. We were lucky enough to have friends that had like ranches and stuff, so that we'd go and hide out.
That's great.
But
That's good.
one thing, the social media age that like I just can't get behind, but know that we have to be able to do that as
Mhm.
artists, musicians, and radio. Like you
Mhm.
have to get connected with it. But the Facebook Live stuff really saved us financially.
Yeah, that helped a lot of artists. That's
We'd
for sure.
do like 1 or 2 a week and spread them out,
Yep.
and then it got us through everything. So, I mean, there's still the electric company still knocking on the door.
Yeah.
Just because you can't go to work, they don't care.
Yeah.
You gotta get creative.
Can't pay your bills with exposure.
No.
No, you can't. Well, Nick Brumley, man, thank you so much for taking the time to chat with us.
Thank you for
This
inviting me.
is an exciting point in your career. I know. You can see it coming. I've seen this, been doing this for a long time, and I can see when it's about to happen for artists, and I can see it happening for Nick Brumley.
Well, thank you
I'm
so
very
much.
excited
Shayne.
for you, man.
It's I'm glad we've met. I'm able to call you a friend. So
Absolutely.
Thank you for
Yeah.
having me.
The great Nick Brumley on the ranch. Thanks, buddy.
Thank you.
This has been The Ranch Sit Down. To hear more, check out our free app. Just search for 95.9 The Ranch or find it wherever you listen to your favorite podcast. New episodes every week.